Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. I've got another prize picks video for you. I know Jordy took care of you guys last night with a couple picks for first look, and I'm giving you a couple more picks today now that the board's filled out a little bit. We've been kind of splitting shifts a little bit and kind of getting to know what a regular schedule might be for us. This is our first year with the channel, and we weren't expecting it to grow as well as it has, and we have you guys to thank for that. So thank you so much for all the support you've given us. And yeah, I mean, let's just get right into these plays. I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. These are the plays I'm going to be covering. I really like Pascal Siakam tonight. I like his fantasy score at 38.5. And Trace Jackson Davis, I like him at his PRA. His fantasy score is not currently available. If that becomes available, I would take a look at that as well. That's what I was looking for, and it wasn't available. That doesn't mean that you should just jump on that instead of this. This might be better. So, you know, if you have Outlier, definitely take a look at what he's been doing on his blocks and steals, because I know this kid's just been great, and his lines are still low. So if you know, if you have Outlier and you end up checking his fantasy score out later, just go to the blocks and steals. If he's been pretty active, which I can actually pull that up. So once I get into this play, I'll break it down. I'll let you know if I would take the fantasy score over the PRA, but I like most of this guy's plays anyways, but the PRA is kind of where it's at for me right now with what Prize Picks has available. I'm going to quickly go over a recap of the plays I took for yesterday. I know Jordy probably did a recap of his plays. So we had Bradley Beal over 5.5 assists. He crushed it. I think he went for like 9 because I know his demon hit as well. It's only showing 7 here on my my slip that I had placed for this one, but I'm pretty sure he had more than 7. But he cashed either way. And then Dylan Brooks, we took him for over 20.5 fantasy score. That cashed at 25.8. Grayson Allen, he just wasn't very involved this game. So he got like barely half of his score. We took him at 26 fantasy score. He wasn't really needed much. The Suns took care of business. The Suns, unfortunately, I took a lot of San Antonio fantasy score. I think I took, I don't even remember, but I know I took Trey Jones and a couple other guys fantasy score because I was anticipating the Suns continuing their turnover problem, and they just happened to clean it up, and I felt bad because a bunch of us in the Discord took those plays. But so the Suns did good. They had like 2 turnovers at the half, which usually they have like 8 or 9, maybe even 10. But yeah, Grayson wasn't really needed. He only went for 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and a turnover. So my plays went 2 and 1, but we're excited about this slate, and I'm gonna just get right into these plays for you guys. Before I break down these plays, I'm gonna just kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone here and tell you about some of our sponsors. I'll make it quick, but also I'm just going off of our Discord here. If you guys are interested in checking out our Discord, we have a really good time here. It's about 50 cents a day. Our guys have been cashing. Jordy hooked everyone up with a League of Legends slip, and I know we've tried to get you some of those in the community section of our YouTube channel, and you know, he's pretty relentless with these. These guys go hard overnight with the League of Legends plays. The dude's up all night, but he had one cash last night, and so the family got to reap the benefits of that one. And we get into all sorts of plays. We can cover a lot more plays, like we've been getting into a lot of college ball. Dang, shout out to Oscar G95. Dude cashed a lot on college ball yesterday. Good job, bro. But we just have a lot of fun in our community, just good vibes, and we share all of our slips. Pretty much every slip that we all make, we share, and we just get to reap the benefits. We have a bunch of slips in here now. We all share the copy and paste link, so you can quickly just lock these plays in if you like what you see. So really, the community as a whole is the most powerful resource we have. So if you guys are interested in checking this out, just go through the link in the description of the video and then click service subscriptions. Once you subscribe, it'll unlock all the channels for you, and then you can hop in the community chat. Let us know you're new to the Discord, and we'll show you around. And I'm going to just quickly talk about our sponsors real quick. Chalkboard, if you haven't signed up for Chalkboard yet, this is a really awesome platform. They have plays as low as $1. The best thing about Chalkboard, though, is that you can adjust your lines. So you pretty much choose, like I would say 95% of the plays they give you, and a lot of them are plays you wouldn't even get on Prize Picks. They're really good plays, but you adjust the line. So the higher you make your line, it's like they cover all the alternate lines, and the higher you go, the higher your multiplier is. So you can get like a single play that's worth like 4x sometimes. So we're constantly making 4 or 5 pick slips on Chalkboard that are all the way up to 100x, and now they offer the shield play, which is like a flex play. So before it made sense to me that they wouldn't let you flex because you're setting your own lines. Well, they're crazy. They ended up just saying, hey, we'll let you flex it on top of that. So I've been obsessed ever since they added that. I believe the max that you can get on your multiplier for like their version of a flex play, which is the shield play, is 65x. But the nice thing about that is if you go like 4 of 5, you can get 65x on like a 5 pick slip. And if you go like 4 of 5, you're still getting like 15 to 20x. So it's pretty crazy. And sometimes you can like take, like I like to look at the demons that I'm finding on Prize Picks. And let's say some guys at like 19.5 points. Well, Chalkboard might be giving us that line at like 16.5. So if I just bump that up to like 17.5 or 18.5, I can still get a little bit of the benefit without having to commit to the full demon that the Prize Pick set it at. And then you can also create your own demons and goblins. It's just a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check this out, there's a link in the description of the video. Use code BACKDOOR. They're going to match your first deposit up to $100. And then I'm just going to get this out of the way too. Daily grind. You always hear us talking about it, so I'm going to show you the DFS optimizer here in a minute, but they're giving all of our viewers 25% off of all of their tools. They have incredible tools for DFS and for all these prop betting platforms, and they do all the work for you essentially. Like these plays that I found today that I'm going to show you, I found them on the optimizer and I love them. And I don't take every play that the optimizer offers because it's just there to show you what they think is looking good, and then you use your own judgment. You know, you compare it to other odds makers, other platforms. You can see if you're getting your play at a discount, like some of these we are getting today. But yeah, guys, so check these guys out. Use code BACKDOOR, 25% off. Go to dgfantasy.com or use the link in the description of the video. All right, so let's get into these plays. I'm going to start with Trayce Jackson-Davis here. Let's take a look at this over-under. So we have an over-under of 220, and the Timberwolves are favored by 2.5. I'm excited about these late window games. Both of these games are probably the games I'm most excited about today. I'll definitely be getting into some of these 3 p.m. Eastern window games, but I just didn't want to put these plays out with you guys having like 30 minutes to lock them in. So these 2 games, the late games, I'm really excited about, especially Pacers-Lakers. But this could get pretty interesting with Golden State and the Timberwolves. If Rudy Gobert doesn't play, he's a game time decision, and so is Anthony Edwards. But we've got a 2.5 point spread right now favoring the Timberwolves, so should be a close game. Shouldn't have to be concerned about a blowout. You never know. It's the NBA. But let's take a look at Outlier. So this dude, I'm such a big fan of this kid. He's a role player for the Warriors, and when the Warriors find a role player, when they find some guy that they are really into, they're so good at developing them, and the guys just know what they're there to do. And this guy just delivers. He's been really in rhythm lately. He does have a tough matchup here, but if Rudy ends up being out, and Anthony Edwards, if both of those guys are out, it's going to be a lot different for him. So it's still saying game time decision for Anthony Edwards. I guess he dislocated his left finger, probably still from that. Is that still maybe when he dunked on John Collins? That messed him up pretty bad, but it messed up John Collins too. So I don't know, I was kind of surprised. It's like he did the damage to Collins, but he was really holding his hand after that. And apparently it's still bothering him. Rudy Gobert is game time decision with a left rib sprain. So if those guys are out, I really love this play. I'm jumping on it now because I think this will go up if those guys are confirmed out. So the matchup is tough. Obviously, it's the Timberwolves. Let's see. Specifically to power forwards, they're 8th in points allowed and 2nd in rebounds allowed, 1st in assists allowed to power forwards. So obviously, the Timberwolves are really good on defense. The matchup's going to be tough, but I still just believe this guy's lines are too low. He's gone over this 7 out of his last 10 games. 2 of those games that he missed it by 1, point, rebound, or assist. So 1 bucket would have been more than enough, but 1 rebound, 1 assist would have got him there. So he could easily be 9 of 10. He's averaging 23 minutes a game, and more recently, over the last 5, it's closer to 25. Let's take a look. 24.7 minutes per game lately. And consistently, wow, that's pretty wild. Like 25.7, 25.5, 25.8. Talk about like being consistent with your rotations. But he's getting 14.6 rebound chances per game, only 1.8 fouls per game, so he's not getting in foul trouble. 7.2 attempts. And he's a role player. He's not really there to be a crazy scorer, but he does have games where he can pop off. Like he had this game here against the Knicks, of all people, who is a tough matchup. He went for 19 points, which is pretty solid, but he's very efficient. You can see his field goal percentage is 78%. He never shoots threes. That's not a part of his game. He's just basically a rebound guy. He's really good in the pick and roll. Very physical, really great player. 3.4 potential assists, so not a huge part of his game, but the assist line was only 1 point higher, so I'd rather have the assists in there because he does, like these last couple games, he's been getting like 2 assists, so we're still getting a value there at it just being 1 point higher. So here's what I want to talk about. If we look at the head-to-head, it doesn't look good, right? He went for 3, he went for 7, but if we take a look at these matchups, these were back in November of 2023, and these were games 2 days apart from each other. And the minutes here, that's the big part of it. Like the first game on the 12th, he played 1.3 minutes. And the second game, he still went for 7, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, but he only played 11.7 minutes. So you can't just quickly be deceived by the red here because now he's a big part of what they're doing, and he's very active. So I feel great about this play. I'm going to be playing it in a lot of slips today. So that's going to be my first play of the day. And if we hop over here to Daily Grind, let's see, they have his points and assists pretty juiced to go over. Let's see specifically the full PRA. They have this favor to go over as well. So they have it at a 51.4% odds to hit the over at a minus 124. And it looks like everyone has this at 17.5, but I guarantee you if Anthony Edwards or Rudy Gobert is confirmed out, either one of them, this is going to go up, in my opinion. So 17.5 with them in right now, I still think that's a low line for him. Maybe I'm just a huge fan of this kid, but very excited about this play. And I talked about taking a look at his fantasy score. So let's see blocks and steals. So yeah, see if his fantasy score pops up there, if it's at a similar line, they give you 1.2 points for rebounds, 1.5 points for assists. But then you get these blocks and steals, which he's active enough that I would want that, because for every block and every steal for fantasy score, you get 3 points. So that can really stack you up pretty quick. So he's gone, he hasn't, like out of his last 5, he hasn't gone a game without at least 1 block or steal. In his last 4, he's gone for 2 or more. So I would be favoring the fantasy score if it becomes available, but I like the PRA too. So go with your gut, and you don't even have to take this play at all if you don't like it. But all right, let's move on. So Pascal Siakam, also very excited about this game. So for this game, we have a 241.5 over under, and the Lakers are favored by 3. Okay, that's kind of shocking to me. If you've been watching the Pacers lately, they're looking like they did at the beginning of the year, and I'm not betting on the Lakers winning this game. Call me crazy, but if you watch them recently, I know it was Golden State, but it was a tight game when they played that game against Golden State. Let's see if we can take a look at that there. Siakam's been just killing it. He's been, He's been getting things going from 3. He's been shooting well from 3 again. I got to fix outlier real fast. Okay, so yeah, so on the 22nd, that was that game. So this was a tight game up until the half, and then the adjustments they made at the half, it was incredible. Like to watch them just stomp Golden State on the back half of that game, and the Pacers, it's ironic, but like the pace that they're playing at is incredible, and I do not see the Lakers keeping up with them. I don't see Anthony Davis. LeBron, yeah, he's an incredible athlete still, and they've got some good athletes on their team, but the pace at which these guys are playing is very, very impressive. So let's take a look at this matchup here. I just don't think the Lakers can hang for a full for a full 4 quarters with them like this. So, all right, so Lakers against power forwards. They're 20th in points allowed, 3rd in rebounds allowed. So yeah, tough matchup against rebounds, but he's been killing it on rebounds, and 25th in assists. So he's got a really great matchup here. If you look at this last game against Golden State, he went for 25 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists. Game before that against Detroit, which is whatever, but still 25 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He's been doing really well lately. Let's take a look at his defense since we're taking the fantasy score for this one. He's been really active as of late with his fantasy score as far as blocks and steals go, which is obviously what we're always targeting. So yeah, he hasn't had a game. So he's had at least 1 block or steal 8 out of his last 10 games, which is a little point bump there we talked about. And the Lakers are pretty solid, as far as keeping it clean, not allowing many blocks and steals. 9th in steals allowed, 5th in blocks allowed. But the problem is when you play the Pacers and they're running so much and they're playing so fast, you can't be that clean about what you're doing. And everyone on their team is good at defense. It's such an incredible way they've built that team out. And they only got Halliburton, 2 or 3 years ago? And they've completely built this team around him. And Miles Turner is probably very happy that he stuck it out with them. But anyways, so yeah, I'm going to get back. Sorry, guys, I'm drifting off here a little bit. I do want to get these out to you as quick as possible. I just want to pull up his PRA so we can look at what he's been doing lately. So yeah, over the last 10 games, he's averaging 32.4 minutes, just 2.1 fouls, so not getting in foul trouble, 15.8 attempts per game, so he's shooting the ball a decent amount. He's shooting 54% from the field, not really shooting threes that much. He doesn't really need to, but in that game against Golden State, I know he knocked down. He's been more recently, the last few games, he's been knocking down some threes from the corner, which is awesome to see him dropping those. That's an even bigger threat that the Pacers have now against their opponents. But yeah, he's getting the minutes, 32.4. I'm just super excited about this game, but I'm feeling really good about Siakam going over this and match that with what he's been doing on defense lately. I think that we should be able to clear this line. If we take a look at daily grind for this play, Siakam. So they do have his fantasy score favored to go under. It's pretty much a 50-50 shot on their odds to hit indicator, but if you look at their actual odds, they're favoring it to go over. So what they're doing here is, you've heard me talk about it before, but Prize Picks has given this to us at 38.5. And every other platform is just below that slightly. So 38.2, 38.3, and so they see the discrepancy there. So they favor it to go under because they think okay, you're taking this on the platform that has it at the highest. So we're favoring this to go below because these odds makers actually are most of the time pretty precise with where they're marking these lines. But if you look at the actual DG odds here, if you take the under, it's a minus 102. So they're favoring that to go over. So yeah, I'm feeling good about this play. If you don't want to take it, don't feel like you have to. Go with your gut. You don't have to take all of these plays. Just fade it if you're not feeling it. But those are the two I'm going to be covering for today. Again, we have Pascal Siakam over 38.5 fantasy score and Trayce Jackson-Davis over 17.5 PRA. If his fantasy score becomes available, I'm probably going to roll that instead. But either way, I like them both pretty much even, but I would like to have his defense available. And that's why I like fantasy scores. You're getting everything from offense to defense. It's like the only option you have to get everything that this player's doing. So that's going to be the two that I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll catch you in the next video.